The Paunch Burger Dinner for Breakfast Burger Combo. It tastes amazing. What's in it? Who cares? How many calories? Shut up. It's awesome. Put it in your body or you're a nerd.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Binging with Babish, where this week, in the first episode of a Parks and Rec trilogy, we are taking a look at the fabled Paunch Burger, specifically the greaseball extravaganza known as the Dinner for Breakfast combo. So thankfully this episode is sponsored by Thrive Market, an online membership-based market on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. Members save an average of $32 on every order, so be sure to sign up at the link in the video description. I have a feeling I'm going to be especially thankful for this sponsorship because even by my most conservative estimates, this burger and fry combo is going to clock in at around 2,400 calories. In no small part thanks to the chili cheese fries. So first up, I'm making a very basic beef chili. Saute some onions for about 3 minutes, add some crushed garlic, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, teaspoon of sweet paprika, and a teaspoon of oregano. Saute 1 to 2 minutes or until fragrant, and now I've got my pound of beef from Food and Stuff. Ooh, let's get rid of that beef bandage. Break up the beef and saute for 5 to 7 minutes or until no longer pink. Then we're adding a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes and maybe a 1/4 cup of water, bringing to a bare simmer, partially covering and allowing to simmer over low heat for an hour to an hour and a half, until it's nice and thick and all the flavors have melded and it strikes you as chili fry ready. As always, we're going to wait for the chili to finish cooking before tasting for seasoning and adding kosher salt and freshly ground pepper to taste. This can be made up to 3 days ahead of time, but for now I'm just going to cover it and keep it warm because we got lots of other stuff to make. First up, the cheese sauce, whose method we are deriving from J. Kenji Lopez Alt. Into a small saucepan we are combining 1 can of evaporated milk and 8 ounces of grated sharp cheddar that we have tossed together with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Maybe a dash or 2 of hot sauce if you want to be taken seriously. Go ahead and cook this over medium heat, stirring constantly until it has thickened into a cheese sauce. Set that aside and keep it warm while we contend with what looked to me like onion rings stacked betwixt the hamburger patties. So I am slicing 2 large Spanish onions into big old thick steak-like slices, separating them into rings and spreading them out on a parchment-lined baking sheet, again in a technique adapted from the one and only J. Kenji Lopez Alt. These onions are headed into the freezer until frozen solid at least 1 hour. Not only is this going to break down their cellular structure so they become tender, it's also going to allow us to very easily peel off their inner membrane. After thawing in a bowl of tepid water, these membranes are the leading cause of onion ring coating related slippage. So by removing them, you will have tender onion rings that will not slip out of their protective fried coating. Our onions are ready to go, but whatever you do, do not throw away your onion water. This is going to be integral, and I'm just kidding, you can toss it, especially because we need the bowl to make our beer batter. Into said bowl goes 1 cup of cake flour, 1/2 cup of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and an optional shake of paprika. Tiny whisk to a state of homogeneity, and then it is time to introduce our liquids to the party. 3/4 cup of beer and a 1/4 cup of vodka. Let's go ahead and pour it on in there. Oh no, wait, I'm right-handed. We gotta switch this around. Sorry, sometimes I forget. Anyway, we are whisking constantly while we add the beer and vodka mixture. In the end, we want the batter to have the consistency of paint. Over on the stovetop, we are heating 1 quart each vegetable and peanut oil to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Once our target temperature is reached, it's time to dip the onion rings in the beer batter, let the excess drip off, and drop them into the awaiting fry oil, frying for about 1 minute per side before evacuating onto a wire rack set in a rim baking sheet. If your onion rings are sputtering and spattering too much, make sure that they are super dry. And once everybody is fried, make sure to season them with kosher salt while they are still warm, and keep them that way in a 200 degree Fahrenheit oven whilst we make our final burger preparations. First, on a lightly oiled cast iron skillet set over medium-high heat, we are going to perform the integral act of toasting our buns. Buns toasted, we're going to crank the heat up to high and introduce our burgers to the party. 3 third-pound patties, seasoned generously with kosher salt and freshly ground pepper, and allowed to sear undisturbed for 3 to 5 minutes on their first side, until a deep brown crust forms and they lift freely off the cast iron. You can see I placed a little dimple in the center of each patty to prevent these from turning into softballs, before flipping and allowing to cook for an additional 2 to 3 minutes. Then we're killing the heat, topping each with a slice of yellow American cheese, adding a dash of water to the pan for some cheese melting steam, and covering with a cloche. And now finally we're ready to assemble assemble, it appears as though the burger starts with a pathetic leaf of lettuce, followed by the first burger, an onion ring, and a squirt of ketchup. Then it's just a matter of repeating this process 2 more times. It's during this time that we can think about the 2,400 calories that we're about to consume. Oh yeah, there's a fried egg on top. Make that 2,475. This is, after all, the dinner for breakfast combo. Next up, we are proudly piling chili and cheese sauce atop our French fries, adding our top bun, and folks, I think we've done it. This is the Paunch Burger dinner for breakfast combo. Let's go ahead and use some magic to clear the table off. There we go. And as much as I want to try to just take a bite out of this thing, I think we gotta get a cross section. So I'm gonna do my best to not absolutely destroy this thing as I cut it in half. And as you can see, the ketchup between each layer was a little inadvisable because it ends up looking like blood, but whatever, I think it only adds to the sheer carnage of the occasion. And surprise, surprise, it's really quite good. I am, and always have been, and continue to be, a supporter of onion rings on burgers. And look, it's just dripping grease and covered in cheese and chili, exactly how I imagined it. But to be honest, you guys, I don't think I can induct this into the Clean Plate Club. My blood feels thick and syrupy. Let's see if we can use the ingredients in this delivery from Thrive Market to make Chris Traeger's famous salad dressing.
Oh, Linda, in case you're interested, I brought my own dressing.
You really can't be doing that.
But this is the last time, I promise. It contains extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of lemon, and a hint of turmeric.
Sounds great.
Okay, I'm definitely ready to feel healthier. In a small bowl, we're going to combine the juice of 1 large lemon, an equal part of high-quality olive oil, and a teaspoon of turmeric. Better make it 2 teaspoons. This stuff is supposed to have great anti-inflammatory qualities. And after that burger combo, I feel inflamed. Simply tiny whisk until it forms a thick, creamy emulsion that you can pour over the salad of your choice. I'm going with Chris's favorite food, plain lettuce. Let's give it a try, and the salad could use some other stuff in it, but the dressing is really, really good. And I can already feel it making me healthier, so thanks again to the sponsor of today's episode, Thrive Market, for helping me offset some of the damage done by the Paunch Food Group. Thrive Market provides its members with thousands of the highest quality, healthy, and sustainable products in groceries, supplements, home products, and much more. You can easily shop by 70-plus diets and values like keto, gluten-free, non-GMO, and more. If you're concerned about the environmental effects of having your groceries delivered, Thrive Market has you covered there as well. Your groceries will be delivered with carbon-neutral shipping methods from their zero-waste warehouses. Head to the link in the video description to sign up for Thrive Market membership and take the guided shopping quiz to get a personalized shopping list and product recommendations that are tailored to you. When you join today through my link, you will receive a free gift up to a $22 value.